Greetings and welcome back. My name is Dathan Watts. I am the founder of the Insight Empowerment Organization. I also go by the name of I Am Incredible, and you are too. Today I want to talk to you about another one of the workshops, which is called Spiritual Mathematics, the Book of Matthew. And it's here that we examine the relationships and the characteristics that numbers, colors, and sounds have and how they affect our habit nature, our personality, and our overall decisions. And when you're equipped with this information, you pretty much know with about an 80 to 90% accuracy the nature of the person that you're dealing with. And I got it to a point where I pretty much just need to know the first three letters of the first name and the last name, and I know pretty much enough about you in terms of how you generally see things and how you approach things in order for me to comfortably handle you. Okay? First of all, I'd like to give credit to Julian Nettlesbay, who is responsible for teaching me this information, and he claims that it came through a legacy that started out in 22,000 years ago in East Africa with the Mali in East Africa through a group of people called the Dogon tribe. And according to their legend, the Dogon claimed that they received this information from some visitors from the next galaxy over, which is something like 19 million light years away, which is the galaxy Sirius, which is the same as Sirius Radio. And what the legend claims is that these were quasi-amphibious beings that came out of the water onto land and taught them this. Now, before you say, "Oh Lord, I'm ready to cut this off already," before you go there, let me just share with you that the first 9 months of your existence was underwater in that sack of water. And it's not until the water breaks that you are actually able to transition from that state into the infant state. And it's in that regard that, just kind of hang with me for a minute, because you will see that as you get further into this, that there's a lot of relevant information to this that I really like to call a cheat sheet. When you really understand that numbers and alphabets are really symbols, and that these symbols represent a body of characteristics. When you know the symbols and the body of characteristics that the symbols represent, that numbers and alphabets are vibrations. And as I stated earlier, we in our essence are really energy that resonates. Each one of us resonates at a perfect level whereby we are at peace when we resonate at the level of vibration that each one of us should resonate at. Now, it's not all the same, but by the same token, your individuality is going to be based upon where you best resonate at. When you understand that, then you understand why you do what you do. And in the book of Matthew, in this workshop, we explain the history of the Dogon tribe. We also explain the history of numbers. We understand the effects and the vibration that color has on each one of us. We explain which colors are best conducive for your energy field so that you would best resonate and vibrate at your highest level. And this is how this ties into what Erecting a Fortress talks about, because it's in Erecting a Fortress, of course, that you are designing and structuring this life to order. Now, in doing so, you want to optimize that by recognizing that these numbers and these vibrations and these sounds influences me and my energy field this way. So I want to address and make sure that the things, the vibrations that I have coming in my life are going to be in line or synchronized or with the plans, the goals, the purpose that I have laid out for my life. Now, depending on where your level of awareness is, some of this information may require you to really kind of suspend some ideas. What you thought of numbers and colors and things of that sort. Suspend that for a minute and allow me to share with you, based on what we were taught, what I was taught, how to properly interpret these symbols. When you properly interpret these symbols, your relationships are going to improve at a paramount level, at a tenement level. They're going to improve because you're going to understand why the people that you deal with and you relate to, you're going to understand why they do what they do. I'm not saying you're going to agree with it. I'm not saying you're going to like it or dislike it. I'm simply saying you're going to understand why they do what they do, why your children, why your mate, why your business partner, why your co-workers. You're going to understand why they do what they do. And when you understand that, you'll best know how to relate to them. It is extremely exciting. I like to refer to it as a cheat sheet. And when you share this with the individuals, oftentimes I'm asked, so is this good or bad? I never get into that. And if you've seen my previous videos, you know I've already explained that's not something that I take on, what's good or bad. After you have the butt naked information and in terms of why you do what you do, you determine whether or not that works out well for you or it doesn't work out well for you. And based on that decision is going to determine what your next plan of action is. So what spiritual mathematics is about is understanding the vibrations that are brought about through the sound, which is what alphabets are. A is a sound, B is a sound, C and so forth. These are sounds or vibrations. These vibrational fields affect our vibrational field because we go by these symbols. We go by these sounds. Hence our energy fields are influenced. And when we understand how the energy fields that most influence us, what they're made up of, that is what I mean by the cheat sheet. Because that is where we begin to crack the code. So, thank you for your time concerning this particular briefing on what the spiritual mathematics is about. It's about building relationships. It's about, first of all, understanding you, why you do what you do, and then building better relationships by understanding why those around you whom you love and you care about and you're close with, why they do what they do. Not judging it, not giving it a label of good, bad, right, wrong, or what have you, but just simply understanding it. And by doing that first, then you are equipped with the power to determine whether or not this is an energy that you want to deal with because you see it being either progressive in your development or degenerative or negative in your development. And upon making that decision will determine what your next plan of action is going to be. Now, this ties directly into erecting a fortress because you've already set out a plan as to what it is you want to do with your life. What you're going to find out in many cases is that the things that you have already set to do on your plant are going to directly resonate with the dominant vibratory field that makes up who you are anyway. And who you are, what I mean by that is the vibration that you go by, your name. Awesome information. Thank you for your time. See you on the next video. Peace and love.